Check again. Unauthorized landing may trigger a lethal response. Blocking the docking bay access corridor is not permitted. This starport will not allow such intolerable behavior. Loitering is a crime punishable by death. Make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay.
Hello and welcome to Moonshot Voyages. I am Commander Kadif, and this is Moonshot Voyages. I would just like to welcome you all to part 2 of the journey to Colonia. Just to kind of remind everybody what we're doing. Actually, let me switch into the live game. Alright, just to remind everybody what we're doing, we have gone from Sol, way over here, all the way, it took about 3 months, we got all the way to Sagittarius A-star, and now I am slowly making my way over to Colonia, which is right here. So I've put out a few cool places to stop at along the way. So it looks like we have 4 cool places. This one's for a different time. Without much more ado, we might as well get going. So remember, as always, be sure to fasten your seatbelt and keep your arms, legs, feet, and nose inside the cabin at all times. Especially your nose. And as usual, along the way, we will be scanning and exploring and just seeing what we can find. Should be fun. Oh, get a little more centered here. And actually, let me pull down my camera just a tad, just so I don't look so tiny in here. It's like, hey, I'm really short. I don't know. Short people don't actually sound like that. Okay. So this next waypoint is 29 jumps away, although it's interesting, it's going almost straight down. So we won't really be getting any closer to Colonia, but I think this might be a fun place to visit. So we shall see. Alright, and now that we've reached our super cruise speed, I'm going to go ahead and turn off this fasten seatbelt sign. So you are now free to move about the galaxy.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Fuel scooping.
And I don't know if you've heard, but over in the bubble, they're having some issues with Thargoids. So I hope we don't run into any Thargoids this far out. I don't think we will. But there's a chance. And if that does happen, then we're kind of SOL.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping.
Alright, 20 planets here.
Fuel scooping complete.
Check and see. Yep. Alrighty. Looks like we've got some gas giants. Whoops.
System scan complete.
Alrighty. Moving on.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping.
Only 7. We're just gonna blow through. Maybe grab some popcorn shrimp. No, we're not gonna stay long.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, calm down. Not too hot.
4, 3, 2,
Alright, we're gonna stop and check for interesting waveforms with this one. That's kind of my rule. If it's under 10, we just go. We don't even slow down. If it's under 15, then we slow down just long enough to check the waveform, see if anything's cool. If there's anything cool in there. And if not, then we'll keep going. And then if it's 15 or above, then we'll scan the whole system. So this doesn't look like it has anything interesting. Asteroid clusters, metal-rich worlds, so we'll just continue on. And this is mostly just to cut down on the amount of time we're spending in each system. This is to keep the momentum. This is what I do when I'm playing offline as well, or off stream as well. So. Otherwise, you find yourself getting really bored. And even this, you know, this isn't the most exciting, but hopefully the planet we're going to, or the system we're going to, is going to be pretty neat. I forget which one it is. I just put in all these waypoints of cool places, and so 21. Alright, looks like we got a couple water worlds. That's cool. I'll have to make sure these aren't already discovered. So there's one. Ooh, but it's 100 light seconds away. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to go get that one. Because I don't want to spend 10 minutes getting over there. I'm a lazy, lazy man. Another one. This one's also 100 light seconds, 100,000 light seconds away, so we will not be visiting those. Darn.
System scan complete.
Alrighty. And just for fun, we did discover those water worlds, so even though we didn't scan them, but that's okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
We still discovered them, I think. Yeah, that was totally us. Totally us. 3 stars.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Assuming you don't work weekends.
4, 3, 2, 1. System scan complete. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, system scan complete.
Boomer, UW. You look into DCS? No, I haven't yet. I haven't. I was thinking about it the other day. Welcome to the stream. I was thinking about it the other day, though.
Complete.
I looked for it on Steam. I didn't find it on Steam, and then I got distracted. Hello, hello. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh no, I've already forgotten how many planets are here. Oh. 4.
Frameshift drive charging.
Probably all stars. Well, maybe a brown dwarf in there. So have you been, Boomer UW, on this Thursday evening?
4, 3, 2,
On Steam, it's called Digital Combat. Digital Combat. Oh, okay, so if I just typed in DCS, it probably wouldn't come up. Good to know. I'll look into that again. No, it's just nobody's bad. 12.
fuel scooping complete.
Do you have flight sticks? I have flight stick. This one. But that's it. I don't have the throttle though. I think I'm gonna get eventually. I'm gonna get the Warthog and throttle set up. But right now I just have a Thrustmaster T1600. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I like it though. Ooh, it looks like we got another water world. Possibly an Earth-like, but nope. Always get excited when it's right on the edge. Yeah, I really like having a flight stick. Although this one, the Z control, the rudder, stopped working like a month after I got it, and that kind of bummed me out. And I was too lazy to like send it back. I'ma just got into a game. All right, man. Yeah, lurking's good. Thank you for the view, and I'll be here if you need me. Oh, you're still here. 10 minutes. 807. Go check it out. Oh, there might be two here. Yeah, there are two.
System scan complete.
Cool. So we'll head out to this water world. Probably didn't need that fifth one, but oh well.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Alrighty. It's my favorite part, I swear. Ooh, this one's even closer to the sun. It's probably on the other side. Okay, 20 jumps, that's not too bad.
scanned by 50%. Surface scan
Cool.
complete.
One of these days, man, Kevin Costner's gonna show up and just be like, "Hey!"
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Questions? Doesn't look like we have anything interesting.
Frameshift
Don't worry.
drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, system scan complete. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping.
Man, we are moving right along here with all these tiny systems. I'm sure that'll change. But only 16 jumps away from our first waypoint here.
Complete.
I think it's just another black hole inside a nebula, but it might offer for some cool
Frameshift drive
pictures,
charging.
some cool views.
Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, doesn't look like we're going to find anything super interesting here, but that's okay. At least get some money.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Otto Dakona. Hello, how you doing? And he's out of the corner, just hiding in the shadows, and now he's out of the corner. Is there anybody in here? Well, Boomer UW is kind of lurking, but nope, just us chickens.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Is there anyone at home?
Fuel scoop disengaged.
No.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, I won't call the cops then. Or were you gonna have me swatted? Please don't do that. Not today, anyway. Maybe later.
4, 3, 2,
Oda Dakona, how was your Thursday going? I actually meant as a reference to there's people. Oh my gosh, okay.
fuel
Okay,
scooping.
yeah, that didn't click. Yeah, well, don't do that. Yeah, there's nobody here. There's no people here who shouldn't be here. It's just me. Just me, and I'm alive and well. Well, I'm alive.
Frameshift drive charging.
But it started as lyrics to Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. Oh, well. Yeah. Yeah, the dark side is my favorite side. Oh boy. Yeah, you know, it kind of started out as just kind of a single thing, and then it just turned into a whole spectrum. You know, that album. I can't fuel scoop a neutron star. What am I thinking? You get it? Yeah. I was hoping you would. Neutron star. No, it's a white dwarf. It's a solar radius of 0.014. Solar mass of 0.62. It's a young one, only 12 million years old. My day has been pretty crappy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Oda Dakona.
Frameshift
Yeah, I'm
drive
sorry to hear
charging.
that. Work stuff, yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad it's like work stuff and not like other life issues. It's at least work stuff you can kind of ignore after you're done with work, I hope. Okay, and it's Thursday, so you only have one more day of dumb work stuff to deal with, hopefully. I was in a mad mood this afternoon, but now I'm over it. Oh, or a bad mood, okay. I was gonna say, mad mood. I cannot imagine you in a bad mood. I know I must have been around you in a bad mood before, but I can't remember.
Fuel scooping complete.
I tend to keep it to myself. Yeah. Let's see what's here. Nothing cool.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we are on our way. We've got 9 jumps to go. We're on our way to a system. I put in a few waypoints. and I forgot which systems were where. So could be a black hole, could be a simple nebula. Who knows? I mean, yeah, Aldo Dakona, you're fairly mild-mannered anyway. Uh, at least I think. I don't know. I've only known you for like 15 years. And only lived with you for like 9.
System scan complete. Fuel
Maybe 8. Barely acquaintances. Surprised I even know your real name. His real name is Otto.
Frameshift drive charging.
Could be. Never know. Actually, yeah, it could be. I've never seen a birth certificate. You may not even be Chicagoan. Yeah, exactly. I've never seen your long form birth certificate.
Fuel scooping.
Joke's on you, I was born in Iowa, technically. Ah, see? Do I even know you?
Fuel scooping.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I knew that. That's where Captain Kirk was born. Oh, got a water world. Let's see if this is... yeah, I think we lived together too long. Commander Boss Lady is now online. Two things where you can talk faster than I can type. That's right, you gotta jump on that Mario Teaches typing a little more to keep up with me. Usually I'm kind of a slow talker.
System scan complete.
So I was thinking about getting one of those stream decks, you know, with like the buttons. And I was talking to David. You remember David, right? And because he does a lot of like professional streaming for the county, for the state of Oregon, the county of Oregon. And so he's got a few different stream decks, but he's actually got, you know, them wired into like cameras and crap. So, but anyway, he told me to get one because it would help with just like transitions and stuff. And so I was looking into it. The one I was looking at is $150, which isn't terrible, but because I think I could probably use it for like Avid and stuff too. It's just buttons. But I looked into it, and yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. And that's for like a smaller one. But it's only for Windows 10, which I'm running on Windows 7. I'm like, well, maybe once I get Windows 10, I'll look into it again. And then he said, well, there is a free software version that you can just use your iPad to do it. So I'll send you a picture, but that's what I'm doing. I've basically got it installed on my iPad, and it's free. I'm like, oh, so it's pretty slick. I kind of like it. This is the first stream I'm using it because I just sort of discovered it today. So, but it was pretty quick to set up and link, and yeah, it's just using the iPad over the Wi-Fi, so I don't even have to have it plugged in. But it's cool because once you link it to OBS, it like recognized. It's called BitFocus Companion, and it runs. It actually it kind of runs like your router in a way where it sets up a network, and you just use your browser on your iPad to load the IP, and then and it just loads the buttons. But yeah, BitFocus Companion. So you'll need that, and then you'll need a plugin for OBS, and I can let you know what that is later. I think it's called OBS Work something. I can let you know what it is. But and so once it recognizes OBS, it was cool because it recognized all my scenes and everything already and just imported them as pre-built buttons, and then I could go in and make them more specific, change the name. And what's cool is you can like, even on the hardware version, all the buttons are little LED screens or LCD screens, so you can actually put pictures in for the buttons, and they'll show up on all these little LCD screens. It's pretty slick. I just have text and color in it right now because I was too lazy to make buttons, but I might do that eventually.
Surface scanned by 50%.
And you can have multiple pages, so you're not just limited to the buttons on that page. I don't know how many pages you can have, but it looks like a ton. So yeah, pretty slick. I'll text you the picture.
Surface
Cool.
scan complete.
And this was Waterworld. But it's cool too, because now when I switch from scene to scene, yeah, it's kind of looking like a real setup now. It's cool because when I switch from scene to scene, I can have it change the audio levels, so I can have it automatically mute my mic and the game when I go to different sections, and then unmute once I come back, which is better than what I had before, where I'd have to kind of manually do that. So yeah, so when you start streaming, man, it's all free. I love how much stuff is free. Like, I haven't spent, the only money I've spent as far as my streaming setup was the app that goes on the iPhone to let OBS see it as a camera, and that was like $15, which I think was a little steep considering what it's doing. But anyway, that was it. Everything else was either stuff I already had or free. So. But I am kind of thinking about getting a different mic and stuff. No, I don't have a dedicated webcam, so I'm just using an old iPhone. Which is fine for now. I'm glad it's my old one. At first when I got it, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to use my phone, and then I was like, oh wait, I have an old iPhone I could use. Derp. It's a little wonky, like you have to load OBS before you plug in the iPhone, and then like it won't register at first, and like, so you gotta have to finagle it, but it, I got it down. It only takes me a couple of seconds to get it to register.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we're getting below the galaxy, below the plane of the galaxy now. Still a lot of stars out here, huh?
Frameshift drive charging.
This might be another storm that we're going to, but I can't remember.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping.
Man, helps you go really fast when you're not slowing down to scan anything.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
31. Jeez. Of course.
Fuel scooping complete.
There you are.
Complete.
Alright, so I'm going to turn on the seatbelt sign. And so if you go ahead and fasten your seatbelts, put your trays in the full upright locked position as we jump into the system. I can't remember what's there, so it could be a black hole, could just be a nebula. We'll find out in a few seconds. Oh, it is a black hole. Alright, I'm glad I turned on that seatbelt sign.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's see. Looks like a pretty typical black hole, if there is such a thing. 3 bodies, 2 planets. Okay. Come back here. Stubborn black holes. Am I right? That's a really pretty blue. There it is. I'm going to switch into record mode, so my video is going to disappear, but I'm still here. Problem with these black holes is there's not much light from anywhere else. It's interesting, my exhaust is going over that way. That's cool. Really pretty blue. That's like Dodger blue. Just getting these nice long shots. Okay, that's probably good. All right. Stop recording.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3,
Oh, actually,
1. Engage.
it's too late. I missed it. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, so I think that's it for this system. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at my next waypoint that I have, which is way up here. So it's another nebula by the looks of it. About 2,000 light years away, so I'm not sure we'll actually get to it tonight, but it just depends on how fast I can do this stuff. And how late I want to stay up. 49 jumps, that's a little long, but we might be able to swing it. But in the meantime, I'm going to power down so I don't run out of fuel. I am going to get up, stretch my legs, and get some more coffee and use the restroom. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the seatbelt sign. You are now free to move about the galaxy and use the lavatory, and I will be back in just a few minutes. But until then, please enjoy this little looping video. Oh, and we're back. I forgot to turn off the off seatbelt sign. So, but that's okay. Hopefully your seatbelts are still off. If you want them off, and you know, whatever. You do you. Okay, so we are about to get underway to our second waypoint of the night,
Frameshift
which I
drive
also can't
charging.
remember. I know it's in a nebula, but I can't remember exactly what it is. It's probably another black hole.
Four, three, two, one. Fuel scooping.
Exclusion zone. There you are.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So this was 14. Didn't have anything good.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Nothing interesting.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, system scan complete. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Huh. There's like a spiral thingy over there. Try to see what that is. Saturday is the big day. What's happening Saturday? I mean, oh, that's right. That's right. And then after that, after that, we'll get to hang out again. There's a few more black holes here. Trying to figure out what that spiral thing is. Oh, there's a lot of black holes on the way. There it is. There's that spiral. Is that like not even in the galaxy? Well, that's annoying. It's not even in the galaxy. I saw today the CDC said fully vaccinated peeps can hang out indoors with without masks. Yes, I saw that too. But the way it's worded, it made it sound like you could go into a restaurant without masks now as long as you're vaccinated, which is pretty awesome. Of course, then the immediate question is, well, how would you know who's vaccinated and who's not? And then, of course, my answer is, well, as long as you and everyone else, yeah. But like, if you go into a store, and like, let's say you're the clerk, and you say, "Hey, are you vaccinated?" Like, yeah, sure, I'm vaccinated. But then I thought, well, if you're stupid enough to risk your life, risk getting sick by just lying about, yeah, show me your papers, just lying about being vaccinated, then I guess that's on you. The vaccines are thankfully so effective that if you are vaccinated, it won't really matter if somebody else isn't. So, but I may be just misinterpreting that. It might only mean like household. And I'm also pretty sure that at least here where we live, I don't think they have said that you can't transmit it though. I think Pfizer has been shown that it can't be transmitted. One of them has, which was pretty surprising. But yeah, I don't know. I think down here where we're at, all the businesses are probably going to have the mask mandate up anyway, at least for a while. Except that restaurant. Yes, except that one restaurant in Burbank. Freaking Burbank, man. Everybody who lives there is a jerk. And people who used to live there are also jerks. And people who lived there and then moved away and then moved back, extra huge jerks. Yeah. Hey, we got some Waterworlds. I'm not going to stop playing the Waterworld theme until Kevin Costner himself knocks down my door. That's my plan. Where are these planets? Hello? Are there any planets here? There's an orbit line. I look for the gas giants first because they're usually the easiest to spot. And anyone who used to live within two people who either lived in Burbank or later moved to Burbank is also a jerk. Yeah, I mean, if you know somebody who, I guess, yeah, if you lived with somebody who once lived in Burbank at one time. Because it just permeates. There we are. It just permeates everything. .6 degrees of Burbank. 513,000 light seconds away. No. Nope, 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 nope. That'd be about a half an hour of just flying.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping.
It's gonna be a long road if I gotta scan all these. That's okay, I guess. That's why we're here.
Fuel scoop disengaged. scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
DA, White Dwarf. I don't know if I've ever seen that class before. I mean, I know I've come across White Dwarfs, but I don't know if I've ever seen it listed as DA. It's possible I'm just not paying attention. Gimli, yes. Yes, a White Dwarf. All right. This is an undiscovered White Dwarf. Stellar remnants. Nuclear fusion has now ceased, and in the absence of radiation pressure, the core has collapsed to a tiny fraction of the diameter of the original star, heating up greatly before it begins its slow cooling down phase. Surface temperatures are usually between 8,000 Kelvin and 40,000 Kelvin. So these stellar remnants are blue-white Class DA stars, are white dwarf stars with hydrogen-rich atmospheres. This is 9 million years old. I wonder if it's been 9 million years since it collapsed, you know, and changed to a white dwarf. Although they had the age of the supermassive black hole Sagittarius A wrong. So, I don't know. I'm skeptical, Elite Dangerous. I'm skeptical. I need to ask somebody who might know better why there's a discrepancy in what Elite says on the size and age of Sagittarius A versus what Wikipedia says. Because a lot of the other things I've been able to verify have been correct, so
System scan complete.
I'm not sure why that one was different. Okay, we do not have enough fuel to get to the next system, so I'm going to have to synthesize some liquid Schwartz. Liquid Schwartz! There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Use the Schwartz.
4, 3, 2,
Such a good movie. Oh my gosh.
fuel scooping. System scan complete. Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, you're fine.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Nope.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Another one. Or is this a neutron? Ah, this is a neutron. Wasn't big enough to become a black hole, though.
system scan complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
6.
Four, three, two,
Oh, man. This one's also a neutron star. Boy. It's the neutron highway. So we have an option here. I could fly into the neutron jets and overload my FSD, and then use an FSD boost and jump fairly far. We could try it. I've only done it like once or twice. That was on a stronger ship, so we'll see it. Could kill me. I doubt it. Well, we could probably shave off 1 or 2 jumps on our trip if we did that. Maybe more. We can only hope. Yep, no, thanks, Otodakana. I mean, at least it would be something interesting to watch for a second.
System scan complete.
Alrighty. So I'm not exactly sure how to do this. It's been a while. There you are. I like that these have enough mass. There we go.
Operating beyond safety limits.
I like that the neutron stars have enough mass to warp space around them too. It's so cool. Okay, gotta get in here. I think technically I already did it.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Okay. So I think that did it. Then we gotta go to our map. Actually, let's power down for a second. Gotta go to the map. Go here and we'll do use jet cone boost. And then FSD boost. So we can do a boost level 2. Yeah, let's do a boost level 2. I don't know if this is actually using... Yeah, it reminds me of Star Trek 4. I don't know if this is actually using the neutron star though.
Cannot comply.
Okay, where'd that neutron star go? Not too fast.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay, there it is. Although it's still not giving me... Still not giving me the... Oh, that says it's at 167 light years. That could be the problem. There's a problem. I'm Not sure why it gave me a waypoint that far away. Okay, so we're gonna do jet cone boost. Oh, wait. I think there's something broken here. Okay, so the jump range with the jet cone boost is 165. And then if we add an FSD boost, oh, we can't. We can only do a jet cone boost. Okay. So we'll just do that. Let's see if that helps. That did. No, that's not. How does this work? Supercharged. There we go. This is where I am now. So why isn't it showing me the lines? It should be showing me the lines of where I can go. This is 166. Oh, I can only go 163. So let's try maybe this one. 157, 158, 163. Let's do this one.
Cannot comply.
Insufficient fuel. Whoops. Let me see if I can fuel up. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. And I've got my FSD injection. I may have to YouTube this sometime, figure out what I'm doing wrong here. Yeah, that didn't work.
Cannot comply.
Alright, just go back to normal, I guess. No boost, but we'll go ahead and use my FSD injection since I just did that. So that should... Come on. Yeah, this isn't helping at all. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, no jet cone. Do supercharge. Level 2. Almost 60 light years. Well, there we go. Now it's finally doing the lines. Okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't know why this is having an issue. All of a sudden, it's showing me that my next jump is supposed to be 60 light years away, but this is only 41. So
4, 3, 2,
I know I've done the normal FSD boost quite often, but I've never done a neutron boost, so maybe it's light years. Yeah, it could be.
fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
And I'm gonna check on this. So yeah, it's just not doing. So then I also want to check on my modules because my FSD is probably, it's only down 2%. That's not bad. Okay. Have you ever watched, actually, have I ever watched, I think so, maybe like one episode or a little bit of it or something. Okay, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna figure out why this is a problem. So we're not gonna use the jet boost because I no longer have that. But I will do a level 1 boost. So that should be 51 light years. Come on. Okay. Alright, level 1 boost should be 51 light years. And all these stars are just out at like 19 light years. I don't know what the deal is. So that's 56. $51.6. Yeah, this should do it. So I'm just gonna plot the route to it. It's not really what I wanted to do, but there we go. So this is 10 light years longer than I'm usually able to.
Cannot comply.
Alright. Oh wait, I know why. So now I have to go to SD basic. Now I'll set that other one. There we go. Now that should work. Ah, finally. Gosh, that took way too much thinking. And I have to go to the restroom again, so after this next jump, I'm gonna go back into pause.
4, 3, 2,
It's all that coffee, man. Drinking coffee tonight. Shouldn't drink coffee during a stream.
fuel scooping.
Have you tried Coke with coffee? No, I haven't. Just with whiskey. Okay, I have to run to the restroom, so I'll be right back. So hang tight. It's pretty good. Well, I'll have to take your word on that. I have Diet Coke, caffeine free. Guess I could try it. Let's see what's out here. Okay, if we find another neutron star, I'm gonna try that again, but without doing some synthesis, without doing liquid Schwartz. I'm pretty sure you can do both.
System scan complete.
Alright, let's see if we can find a neutron star. So we're just gonna go here. We're gonna set this to star class. We're gonna turn off all this stuff. We're gonna do non-sequence stars. Okay, so this is probably a neutron. Yes, it is. So we'll go here. That was probably my issue before.
Frameshift drive charging.
These things are tricky. You can't get too close to them because they'll pull you right out of Super Cruise. But you have to get close enough to be able to go into the jets. There we go.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
There we go. So now, let's see if we can do this again. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to put this on jet cone boost, supercharge, 167. Where are we headed? Remember where we're going. Okay, we're going this way. Oops. Should just be one jump. Yeah, one jump. Should be 100 and... All right, here we go. This will work. This works. So this is my 165 light year jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see if it breaks my ship. Oh, it's fine.
Fuel scooping.
Alright, it's not too bad. Let's go find another one. This is what's called the Neutron Highway. You do this. Thankfully, I'm in such a dense area of the galaxy, there's actually a ton of neutrons for that. Blah, 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 neutron stars. So, we'll go back here. We'll do non-sequence. See if we can't find some more. It's 19 light years away. I'll probably want to get one that's relatively close so I'm not wasting fuel. 20... 21... Yeah, looks like this 19 might be. Yeah. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging. Three, two,
Should be fine.
warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Alrighty. So we're still heading up to this place. We're not really that far away anymore. Hundred and 20. $146. 185. That's a little too far. Probably have to change this back. Let's turn it to fuelable. Sweet.
Frameshift drive charging.
166 light year jump in a Sidewinder. I think it has a stock Sidewinder has like a 8 light year jump.
Fuel scooping.
Alright, let's see how much closer we are to our destination here.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oops, that's not it. So, okay, that saved us about 10 jumps, but did it really save us much time? I don't know. I don't know.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Scottish Sparrow, hello, welcome to the stream. Scottish Sparrow, how are you doing today? We are on our way to a interesting nebula
Scan complete.
between Sagittarius A and Colonia, and I'm also just testing out some neutron highway stuff. I've never really done it before, so seem to be doing okay though.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm like brand new to the game. I just broke 10 million credits today. Started 3 days ago. Nice. Have you been playing for a long time? Yeah. According to Steam, I've got 1,500 hours in. So that's over the last 4 years, I think.
Scan complete.
So yeah, I've been playing a little while. You might actually recognize this ship as the Sidewinder, which is the starting ship. And this is actually just a choice of mine to do this long-range exploration mission with a Sidewinder. I do have other ships, but this was just an extra challenge for me. So I'll give you a quick rundown of what I've been working on. And maybe this might be something you might want to try yourself. So over here is the bubble, which you should recognize. This is where you start. And so I left from Sol, which is where Earth is, and I flew all the way out to the center of the Milky Way in this Sidewinder, and to Sagittarius A, which is a black hole, supermassive black hole in the center of the Milky Way. And now I'm on my way out to, well, it says Asura here, but this is an area called Colonia, which is kind of another bubble. It's not as big as the bubble you start out in, but it's got stations and planets and such. So, but along the way, I'm just kind of checking out some of these points of interest. This is a highly modified Sidewinder. I got kicked out of heaven for crashing into a space station. I was lost in space for a few hours, figuring out life after prison. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they'll do that. Anyway, this is a super modified Sidewinder. It's taken a long time. Eventually, you'll stumble onto the engineers, which are people kind of spread out throughout the bubble who can modify your modules to be better, more efficient, lightweight, not as hot. And so I've highly modified this entire build so that I can get the most jump range out of it. So I think a standard Sidewinder is around 8 light years per jump, and I'm getting about 41 light years per jump on this one. So just in case you're thinking about going out into the black in a standard Sidewinder, it's possible, but it's probably going to drive you crazy. If you do want to get into exploration, all you need, make sure you have a fuel scoop so that you can go to these special stars and scoop for fuel. Otherwise, you might get stuck out there, and there's 2 ways out of that. Either you self-destruct and you restart in the bubble, or you call the fuel rats, and they'll come rescue you. So just keep that in mind. There are 400 billion star systems, and 99.99% of them don't have space stations to land at. Which I found out the hard way. Yeah, I was trying to get back to Mateo initially, and it was like 70 light years away, and I kept catching fire from jumping in my tin can. Yeah. Yeah, just gotta be careful fuel scooping. Just watch those exclusion zones.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, I'm glad you're liking the game so far, and if you have any questions, please ask. I can try to answer them the best I can. I wanted to start over, but I decided just to run with my story, and now I'm in Osmium Miner. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's kind of fun to just continue with the story, I don't really have much of a story with my character, but kind of wish I did. But I'm glad you didn't restart, because I think you're actually going to learn a lot by not restarting. So what ship are you using to mine with? I forgot its name. Hold on, I'll try to find out. Oh, it's not a huge deal. There's only 37 of them, so I'll just start going in order. No, just kidding. Let's see, you have 10 million credits now. Alphabetically, please. Oh, a Type 6? Okay, yeah, that's kind of because I was gonna. If I have to go alphabetical, then it would be Adder, Asp Explorer, Asp Scout, uh, and I'm way too lazy to think of the rest. All right, Type 6. Yeah, that seems great for mining. I had the Cobra 3 before, but I'm just climbing the property ladder, it seems. Yeah. If I try to get to a point where I don't have to sell my ships, because you never know when you're going to want like one of those old ships, you know. And you could store, I think you can store 40 ships at every station. Like I know people who have over 100 ships they own. So if you can afford not to sell any of your ships, I would say hang on to them. Because then you can have your mining ship, you can have your combat ship, all that stuff. I sold my Sidewinder to get the Cobra, but I plan to keep the rest. Yeah, I mean the Sidewinder is so cheap. Like if you wanted one later on, I think they're only like 37,000 credits or something. So I can see that. Where? This planet isn't in an orbit. There it is.
System scan complete.
Alright, 19 jumps left. Although if we run into a neutron star, maybe I can get it a little lower than that. Let's see here. Let's go back and find our non-sequence stars. Well, I want to know what that is. That looks interesting. Is there black holes in this game? Yes, there are. In fact, I think we're heading towards one right now. Or I will be in a few jumps. And they are kind of neat. I like them a lot. I kind of seek them out. There we go. Here's a neutron star. I'm going to go here. Get. I want to see it. The ones in No Man's Sky were kind of anticlimactic. Yeah, these ones, I haven't seen the ones in No Man's Sky. These ones might be a little anticlimactic depending on which one you're looking at. If they're inside a nebula, they're pretty cool. But I think the problem is they're scientifically, trying to be scientifically accurate, which means unless they're feeding on a nearby star, there's no accretion disk. It's really just severely warped space. But we'll see. We'll see what you think. Oh yeah, they definitely lens. And in fact, the neutron star I'm about to run into also lenses a little bit. You can kind of see it there. So what I'm doing now, if you fly into the jets of a neutron star, you got to be very careful. But if you do that, you can overload your FSD drive, and you can get further jump out of it. But you also risk damaging your ship. There it goes. It's just kind of pushing me all over the place. The ones in No Man's Sky are just white ring around a black spot. Oh, no. These ones, they tried to be a little scientifically accurate with it, so there's definitely some lensing. But now, let's see here. So we're heading towards this place. And I'm going to turn on our supercharge, which is 167 light years per jump. Oops, that's too far. Oh, it's almost. There we go. We'll do that. 163. That's another neutron star. Just fuel up on that one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I haven't seen in the game, I haven't seen anything with an accretion disk, which would be really awesome. But I do think what they do in this game is pretty cool. Although, if you don't want it spoiled, I'd say maybe stop watching. It'll be pretty soon. They're about to get better next week, because the new expansion is coming out, which includes a graphics update, especially on the planets. But all the ships and everything are getting graphics updates. Yeah, but it is a nice looking game, especially if you want something that's realistic and based on actual science, and because they did a lot of work on making sure like their lighting engine was accurate, and they still take some artistic license, but I'm lucky enough to be able to play in 4K 60 Ultra. Yes. Yeah, I don't have 4K screen, so I'm just in 1440, but 1440 at 60 Ultra. Yeah, and I guess it's pretty spectacular in like, what is it, VR. Oh no, I don't have enough gas for that. Now I wonder if I can use some liquid Schwartz. I think VR would be fantastic, but I don't have the equipment. Yeah, I don't either. And I've kind of watched people on Twitch with VR, and I think if you're the one playing, it's awesome. But if you're not, then I feel like it kind of just makes you sick. Like, I couldn't watch it on Twitch. I don't think we're going to be able to make this jump. Let's see if we can find something else. Boy, I'm really not doing too hot here. Okay, so
Frameshift
there.
drive charging.
So let's go ahead. Plot route for this. So this is a neutron star, but it might have some black holes in there as well. So I've had a lot of coffee tonight, so I have to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. But I'm going to turn on my away video, and that has some shots of black holes. So you'll definitely see some lensing if you're watching that. But I will be back in about a minute. There were definitely some black hole shots in there. Did you just follow me? I thought I saw a follow graphic pop up there for a second. And if you did, thank you for the follow.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, barely, almost, like it was just like one frame. You almost did it though. I just saw one frame of it and I was like, oh. So how many jumps? Okay, 12 jumps. So we're just gonna go as fast as we can here. Yeah, the black holes look good. I'm happy. Yeah. And they're all like, I think it just depends on where you go, but like they're all different depending on the surroundings. Some of them are just kind of like you can barely see them, but then if they're in a nebula, they're just like, oh, this is cool. Weepio? Weepo? Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
There's some interesting names. There's some interesting station names too. Where was it? There's a station, I can't remember what system it's in, but it's just called George Lucas. So you can just go land at George Lucas. Yeah, there's some good ones. There's some entertaining ones.
System scan complete. Fuel scoping. Fuel scope disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Some of the stations are so hard to reach. Too, when I got kicked out of the starting zone, I went to Alpha Centauri for this turn, you know, because it's kind of famous. Yeah, that's, I think it's what, 250,000 light seconds away?
fuel scoping.
Yep. Yep, it's really far. I don't like going anywhere that's more than about 10,000 light seconds away from the entry point. But yeah, Alpha Centauri, the station is so far away.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I think that's one of the bigger ones. I think Hutton. You'll probably hear about Hutton Orbital.
3, 2,
I mean, there's missions. There's missions that go there if you want to do that. I think in order to unlock a certain engineer, you have to be allied with them. And I think to start on the track of like doing missions for them, you have to start there. But I think you only have to do that once. And I think other planets will then have representatives that you can do missions for that represent Alpha Centauri. But yeah, I mean, just for bragging rights, I guess. But you'll probably hear of a place called Hutton Orbital. And I think that one's like 500,000 light seconds away from the entry. Which is just like, I mean, you're talking about an hour and a half, maybe. The Voyager 1 probe is a good distance out in Sol. It's really fun to find that. It's a lot easier to find it now than it used to be. It used to be you literally had to line up the stars with actual star charts to figure out where it was. Now, thankfully, you don't have to do that. The probe is where it'll be in 1,000 years, yes. I mean, I would hope so, but I don't know. It should be, but I would have to... I have a sneaking suspicion it's where it was, 6 years ago when they made the game. But other things they have planned that far ahead. They've put them where they should be 1,000 years from now, so it's possible. It's out there a lot further. I looked in the galaxy map. Hutton Orbital is in Alpha Centauri, so that's where I was. Oh, so that was Hutton. Trying to go for half an hour. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong about it being 500 light seconds away, but it's far.
System scan complete.
It is far.
Frameshift drive charging.
8 more jumps. At that point, I didn't even know what LS meant. Yeah. Yeah. To put that into perspective, Earth is about 480 light seconds away from the sun. I was just calling it ELS, or ELS. Yeah, it took me a while to, like, figure out what everything means in the game. Because when I started the game 4 years ago, it didn't have the training area. It just kind of threw you in and didn't really explain much.
Disengaged.
So.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
But it sounds like you're really getting the hang of it much faster than I did. You've only been playing a couple of days. Or a day.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, system scan complete. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
Well, there's lots of videos on the subject, so if I don't know something, I just Google it usually. I really like space and physics, so it's been a fun learning experience.
Frameshift drive
Yeah, there's
charging.
tons of great videos about the game, and yeah, I think I'm an amateur astrophotographer, and I've always been interested in science and space in particular, and this game just checks all those nerdy boxes for me, and that's why I'm doing exploration, because it's just so cool that they, you know, they built a one-to-one replica of the Milky Way. So there's 400 billion star systems. And it's just so neat. And then if you're the first one to visit that system and you turn in that data, then your name gets tied to that system. And that's cross-platform. So PC, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. And so that's just pretty cool. Yeah, I totally wrote this game off because I thought it was just Ace Combat in space. Yeah, there's that element of it. You can do combat and stuff, but that's not my thing, and I'm glad that that's not the only thing. But yeah, I can see why somebody would write it off. It's like, because that's what you see in most of the ads and most of other streamers, because it's, you know, it's more action packed. But that's certainly not not the only thing, thankfully. And sometimes I like doing combat. That's what I'm going to be doing in a month or so, just to get my elite status in combat, and then I probably won't for a long time after that. But I just want that triple elite status. It doesn't really do anything. It's just bragging rights, but still. I just enjoy being a humble miner. Q Zoolander mining. I can't even do it. I can't do blue steel. I got the black lung. um, um, yeah, I have mining ships on my fleet carrier so that when I'm way out here in the black, I can refuel my fleet carrier and also find some mine some stuff that might be worth something. If you want to make some real money, man, void opals. Do deep core mining on void opals. You can find hotspots in icy rings. And yeah, there's a video about that. What are fleet carriers outside of the obvious? So they are player-owned space stations, basically. I mean, that's kind of what they act like. So, but you can, yeah, so their name implies they carry fleets. So you can park all your ships on there if you want to. And then you can jump them all, you know, you can jump that station, basically. That's kind of what it is. 500 light years at a time. The thing is they have upkeep, and you have to, like, you'll keep them fueled up, otherwise you can't jump them anymore. But it is cool, you can jump them remotely. So, here, as soon as I'm done with this, I can show you.
System scan complete.
Whoops. So once you buy a fleet carrier, you'll get this extra button. And so this is kind of like the little blueprint of mine. And so up here you can see it has 8 large landing pads. It'll have 4 medium-sized landing pads and then 4 small landing pads. So you can land 16 ships at the same time on here. And it's cool because they're persistent. So they're wherever they are, they're there whether you're online or not. And they're also persistent cross-platform. So on my PlayStation account, I can fly to my fleet carrier that I have on this account. And it'll be just the way it is here. You can choose different designs, although I think you have to pay real money for that. But basically, my current jump capability, I have 367 fuel out of 1,000 right now. So I can jump it. I still have enough to jump at 500 light years. And you just open the galaxy map, and it's just like jumping your ship. You just find a good system. Oh my god, your weekly upkeep is almost as much as my net worth. Yeah, you noticed that, huh? This is the low-end weekly upkeep. So there are services that you can get, and most of mine are turned off, but this is commodity trading, which is normal, Tritium Depot, which is the refueling. But then I also have a refuel station for ships, a repair crew, an armory, so I can reload weapons and mining, like the limpets. And then I also have universal cartographics, so I can turn in my exploration data. I have all those turned off right now because I'm nowhere near my fleet carrier, so I'm not using them. When all these are turned on, I'm up around 12 million a week upkeep. But you can see in my carrier balance, I have 1.1 billion. So it just draws from that until that's empty. It's actually not... let's just put it this way. When you're able to buy a fleet carrier, because they're 5 billion credits just out the gate, and that's without the services. That's 5 billion just for the ship, and then you have to buy the services on top of that. If you're at that point, you're not worried about the weekly upkeep, because you're able to make so much money in the game at that point because you've got the right kind of ships to do combat. Exploration, they've beefed up, so you can, just on my trip to Sagittarius A, doing what I'm doing now, I made over 240 million credits. So as long as you're doing a couple hours in the game a week, you should be able to cover that. Because at that point, you'll have nothing else to spend money on. Like, you'll be able to, once you're able to have 5 billion credits to blow, you've got everything you want already anyway. So, and that is why I can only afford to fly a Sidewinder. No, just kidding. But yeah, it's definitely an end game thing. If you really focused on mining and put in a few solid weekends mining void opals, you might be able to get it inside a month. But would you really be having any fun? So,
Frameshift drive charging.
but yes, they are essentially player-owned bases that can be moved around the map. I think mining is still the most lucrative profession in the game. I mean, other aspects do pay okay, but I think mining you still make more money per hour than anything else, depending on what you're mining.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, nothing cool here.
Frameshift drive charging.
4 more jumps. And I think my favorite scene in Zoolander is
Fuel scooping.
it's when they're feeling down, and so they decide to go get Froyo or something, and then they have to stop at the gas station. They get into that, they're spraying each other with the gas pumps,
Complete.
and like Jitterbug is playing. I think that's my favorite scene in that movie. It's just so ridiculous.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, freak gasoline pump accident, right? Like, I don't know what happened. Oh, so good.
Fuel scooping.
27. Wow.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, I was hoping we had a water world in there. A water world? Yeah, so there's different classes of planets, and one of them is a water world. I'd like to meet Kevin Costner too. Yeah, exactly. Well, I usually play this graphic when I found a water world. So far, I have not been kicked off by Twitch. So. Nor has Kevin Costner come bust down the door. If anything, it's free advertising for him. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what else is he doing? I think the last movie I saw him in was Hidden Figures. I don't know if he's done anything since then. Maybe he has. I think that was the last thing I saw him in. He did good. I liked his character. I liked his performance.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh no, you're saying the skybox is very bright. So this game actually kind of doesn't have skyboxes, or it generates them every time you enter a system. Basically, every star here is one that you can travel to. It's actually representing a real spot, right? So there's technically not a skybox in Elite. The reason this is so bright is because of where I am in the galaxy. Because I'm in such a dense area, there's a lot brighter stars. When you're out in the bubble, you're in a less dense area, and then when you're like way out here, it's almost pitch black. So yeah, it has nothing to do with my ship. It's just where you are in the galaxy. And if you're above, like if you're above the plane or below the plane, you can start to look down and get a view like this from your ship. Like I've been way out here, like on the edge, and then way above, and you can start to see the spirals. Yeah, just incredible attention to detail. They just did an amazing job. The engine that they built to do this is called the Stellar Forge, which I think is just the coolest name for the engine. It's 19. Oh wait. Oh, this might be an ammonia world. So the ammonia world's kind of the same deal as a water world, except it's with ammonia. And the Earth-likes are worth a lot more. But the Earth-like worlds are pretty rare. You'll want to breathe though. You'll want to breathe through your mouth on that world. Yeah, man, I wish we could land on those. So as it stands today, we can only land on rocky or icy bodies with no atmosphere. Next Wednesday, when the update comes out, if you get the update, you'll be able to land on planets with tenuous, what they say, tenuous atmospheres. meaning, yeah, just tenuous, like light, almost like Mars-like atmospheres, which is pretty cool. It does a lot with the lighting. Of course, starting next week, you'll also be able to get out of your ship and walk around. But not Earthlikes. No, not right now. I'm hoping someday they do that, because that would be awesome. But I think it has something to do with the way the planets are generated. You know, it's all procedural. And I think for most Earthlikes, that would be fine. I mean, they're able to do it with No Man's Sky just fine. So, I don't know. I'm not sure why they haven't really looked into that, other than the fact that the game is already just massive.
System scan
But
complete.
I would imagine someday we might get that. Because I don't really see a reason why not. 9,000 light seconds. But it's totally worth it. Because it's under my 10,000 light second limit. So have you ran across any of the third-party tools yet for Elite? Some of them are really, really helpful. Only EDDB, but it was too scary looking. Yeah, EDDB is a little bit overwhelming. And it takes a little bit of finagling. Let's see here. Where's this? One of the good ones that I like is Inara. And you have to sign up, and then you have to like give them access to your account. But it's pretty handy. Like, it's pretty great. Let's shrink this so it actually fits. And if you go to your own profile, it tells you like where you are, how much money you have, all this good stuff. You can see your fleet, so you can see all your ships that you have, and you can see their loadouts and everything. Another really good one is Coriolis. So if you're trying to figure out like how you want to modify your ships, like let's say you've got your Type 6, you can actually build out your ship here and see how much it's going to cost and how much power everything's going to take, and then you can like oh no, okay, and then you can like save it as a short link, and I just save it in like a text document. But it's great. You can change out all the parts, and it will just, you know, it'll just give you, you know, it's just like building your ship virtually before you actually spend the money. And I think you can actually, there's a button. Yeah, materials needed for this build, so it'll just tell you. But I think there's, maybe it's INRA that does it. You can actually find stations that are selling those ships in particular. For mining, a really good one is Miner's Tool. So this one's great. So you're mining osmium, and right now it's set to Sol, but this will tell you like how far away these systems are. And this is where to sell it, but you can also, well, I guess it depends. I guess it depends on what you're trying to sell, but it'll also give you a system to go mine it. So like, let's say you're looking for void opals. Why is it? Oh, what's a bad one? Low temperature diamonds. So it shows some of the best systems to mine low temperature diamonds. So, you know, the system, the planet and ring. and then it shows some of the best places to sell it, and their prices here. So this one's a really handy one, especially for mining. And that is how you cheat. Oops. That is how you cheat in Elite Dangerous. It's not really cheating. I think it's a lot of, oh yeah, the prices change all the time. Audidacona asked if the prices change. The prices do change based on how many players are selling at those stations, based on the state of the system, how the background simulation is going. And so if there's a war happening, then certain things might be worth more or less depending on if it's needed. And then if a lot of people are selling to the same place, then yeah, the demand will just drop like a stone. So yeah, and so I'd say you probably check it before you're about to sell. Like every time you're about to sell, check the prices. You can also do that with Inara, and I think it does a better job. Can you influence the war? Yeah, you can actually take over entire systems if you want. Takes a long time and a lot of people, but one of the other streamers I watch, Boss Lady B, she's got enough people in her group. Yeah, no, unfortunately not a one-man army, but she's got enough people in her group that when they're all working together, they're able to force all the other factions out of the system, and her faction is now in control of that system. And some of that's through combat, some of it's through just influence and doing cargo missions and just building influence in the system. But yeah, you can... I'm not sure... I guess you could influence a war by siding with one faction. And they do community goals every once in a while. Right now they're fighting against the Thargoids, but there's been a lot of community goals involving the Empire versus the Federation. So... and that all feeds into the background simulation. And then there's power play. You can do power play, which is a little more specific to bigger factions, and those ones will actually give you basically, yeah, it's Star Wars versus Star Trek. Well, it's funny too because all the Federation soldiers look like Imperials from Star Wars. I don't know what the Imperial soldiers look like. Anyway, we just found an ammonia planet. At the moment, I base myself out of 7 Andromeda, and I just stick to that small cluster because the mining prices seem high and lots of metal rings to get it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I think something like osmium, it's not as volatile as some of the really expensive stuff, like low temperature diamonds and things. I mean, when I was saving up for my fleet carrier, they were selling low temperature diamonds for 1.6 million per unit, which was insane. So I've got the biggest ship I could and turned it into a mining ship, and I was making about 800 million credits in a day doing that, which really helped. Those prices have been nerfed a little bit though. In fact, they're considerably less now. They just did a whole reworking of the economy and the game, and it's way more balanced than it used to be. But I still stick by what I said before, that mining is definitely the most lucrative. Okay, we're about to head into the system with at least a neutron star. There might also be a black hole, so I'm going to ask everybody to please fasten your seatbelts, put your tray tables in the upright locked position, and here we go.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
No, it's dude. I don't care. Just throw it on the floor. Just throw it on the floor out of the Kona. It's mostly in my lap. Well, that's a good place for it too. That's fine with me. Okay, what do we have here? So we've got the neutron star, obviously. Oh, that's what I came here for. This is a ringed Earth-like. That's what I was here for. Okay. So this is going to take a minute because it's so far away, but might be worth it. I've never seen a ringed Earth-like before. What were you eating? I need to know for this mental image I'm developing. Oh, it was something super complex. Oh, by the way, you can put your tray table back down now that your food is all spilled. Surf and turf. Of course. I hope nobody's allergic to shellfish. Moonshot Airlines are top notch, which is ironic because I actually don't like seafood. Starlines? Well, I call it voyages, Moonshot Voyages. But, you know, whatever. Yes, I like the turf part of surf and turf, but not the surf part. Well, and as you can see, I have a pretty thick door behind me there, so thankfully the smell is not permeating into the cockpit, because otherwise that would be awful. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There was a pun? See, I love puns, and sometimes maybe I make them without knowing. Cockpit. It's in there somewhere. Well, yeah, I mean, especially if you had chicken, surf and turf. Why you take so long? So, yeah. Oops. I joined the Inara thing and update my profile. Nice, joined, yeah. Yeah, it's really handy. And like you can search for stations and search for commodities, and yeah, it's a pretty handy website. And yeah, once you link your account, it's super cool just to keep all that stuff in one spot. Yeah, I think that's the only one you actually need to join. I think the rest of them are just kind of like you enter in information as you need it. Yeah, I use Coriolis IO all the time, the one where you can just design your own ship. They're like like, especially when I used to have to work in the office and all I could think of was Elite Dangerous all day, and I'd just be like designing ships on there all day. Like, ooh, what if I bought this and put this in there, you know? Just kind of fun. Oh, there's also, let's see, I think I just Google it. I don't think I've saved it. Yeah. Alpha Orbital. This is a really handy. Let's go back to browser. Alpha Orbital is super handy because you can just like compare like 3 ships at the same time. You can, you know, cost, insurance, top speed, all that stuff, how many hard points they have, everything. This one's super handy too if you're looking at 2 ships and you're not sure which one you want, or 3 ships even. As far as, are these profiles public? I think so. I think they can be searched. So you can search for commanders on there. So I think if you search for me, you'll find me. But I think in order to do that, you have to have an account, I think. So, but yeah, I think for all intents and purposes, they're public if you have an account. So maybe that's not public. Well, mine is this, if you want to try. Yeah, I'll try that in a minute. After I scan and take a look at this ringed Earth-like. I don't see the ring. Oh, there it is. It's very small. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to scan it so I can get the monies. This is not a good way to scan ringed planets. Usually you try to approach them edge on, and it's a lot easier to scan them so your probes don't hit the rings. That's okay. This is good enough.
Surface scan complete.
Man, how many rings does this planet have? Oh, it's gonna do them all. Okay.
Surface scan complete.
Oh, it's got a hotspot too. Look at that. All right, so if you want to mine for some monazite, you can come way out here, which is like 27,000 light years from Earth. Okay, I'm going to switch into record mode so I can record some of this for later videos. So it's just going to shut off my camera here and the chat. I'll still be able to see what you guys are saying. It just won't show up in the video. So, let's start. That's gorgeous. Oh, I wish the draw distance was just a little more. Burb. Okay, that's probably good for this. Oh, actually. Let's see. Let's do something like that. Oh, not gonna hit. Man, I wish these were ice rings. I think ice rings would look prettier.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Just trying to get a couple cool shots since I'm probably going to be leaving here. Maybe never coming back. I might come back. I don't know. So many cool places to go. Maybe it's Kerbin? I don't know if I get that one. Okay, that's probably good. Are there little green men on it? Square heads? Bugly eyes? Oh, it's a Kerbal space. Probably. Yeah, probably. You know, it's funny too, is I was just playing that earlier before stream. I should have known. Should have known. Alrighty, so let's see what's in this system. Here is a landable planet. It's not too far. So basically what I'm doing now is, this is kind of the end of the stream. I've been going for 3.5 hours. So I think I'm about to call it a night, but I like to land on a planet before I do that, just because it kind of helps with my whole, like, realism or immersion. I like to think that I don't want to be like just floating around in space. So I go land on a planet and then call it a night. I'm getting a little low on fuel. I may. Whoops. What kind of star is this? It's a G star. I may go do a quick orbit around this star. try to get a little bit of fuel going. Can only fuel scoop certain stars, but luckily there's quite a few of them. Billions, in fact. Do you think you'll play multiplayer stuff when the expansion releases? I don't know. At least not right at first, because I'll still be making my way back to Seoul, but I don't know. I kind of like the solitude play. My ultimate goal is I'll get elite rank on combat, and then I'll have all my elite, all 3 elite ranks, and then I plan to circumnavigate the galaxy with my fleet carrier, which could take a little while, because I really like, right now the kind of exploration I'm doing is just kind of like touching the surface, but I would really like to map, slow down and map every new planet I come across and land on anything that looks like it's interesting. Right now I'm just kind of like honking the system. I might do a deep scan of the system, but then I move on. And that's really just to save time. But later on, I really just want to slow down and really just start to really dive into the exploration aspect, because they're adding, the ability to walk around on a planet now is really cool, because they've added a new xenobiology or xenobiology tool to scan new life forms, which isn't currently in the game, but it's in the expansion. So that I'm super excited about. And it's just going to add just more gameplay, which I'm excited about. So So no, short answer is I don't know. Maybe after I'm done circumnavigating everything, I might do some multiplayer. But yeah, it's just not something that's really interested me too much. I think it's mostly because my schedule is sometimes just like up in the air. So.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Oops, come on. I don't know how it works with the multiple seats, but I just think it would be fun to be a passenger on your voyage temporarily and just be able to look around from the. Yeah, that might be cool. I'm not exactly sure how that, because it's like, I think you could just instance in. It wouldn't be this ship because I've only got one seat, but on my big exploration ship, yeah, I think you could do that. Yeah, that might be something I look into, actually. I think that'd be cool. That I wouldn't mind too much.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Trying to find an area that's not so directly in the sun. I burn easily.
Orbital flight engaged.
really nice purple.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah. This planet is pretty flat, though. Makes it easy to land on. Hmm? Yeah, it's not super dynamic. Kind of wish I could have rotated my ship. Oh well. Plenty of pictures. Anyway, oh yes. So I really appreciate you guys joining me. That's about it for the stream tonight. In the future, on the next stream, I might do a little bit of off stream, just moving around. But the next place I want to go to, the next one's a black hole. And then the one after that is also a black hole. Man, you came in at just the wrong time. Anyway, I'll be streaming again this Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah. But anyway. So, Oda Dakona's back. Thank God. Anyway, I am going to be signing off now. I really appreciate you guys watching. Scottish Sparrow, I seriously appreciate the follow. And I generally stream Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock Pacific. And then Sundays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific. Anyway, that's that. And I think I'm going to look for somebody cool to raid. It looks like I've never raided Cree, and she's over in Australia, so I think I might do that, which means I have to get back to my channel. No, not Twitter. Man, if I knew how to use a computer. Yeah, Cree's cool. She's another elite dangerous streamer, but she's down under. So we will raid her channel, and I'm not sure what she's doing, but I'm sure it's cool. Oh, can I not? Let's see. Yeah, there she is. Start the raid. So once again, Fly Dangerously 07, and please join me again on Sunday, and we'll go a little further. Anyway, until then, goodbye.
What? Moonshot Studios is raiding. Hi!
What?
Welcome in, guys.
That guy's not.
Hello, indeed. 07.
motherfucking. Hey.
Thank you so much for bringing your
drink.
community. We've got a couple of things going on. I'm doing some peaceful exploring, while Mossy and Odin are doing some combat. So you'll be able to hear a mixture of things.
For the blood god.
Am I able to get a shout out?
Yep.
Ah, excellent. I see that.
Sweet.
Oh, you're playing Elite
Cease the
Dangerous as
murder.
well. Sorry, what was that, dude?
Had to cease the murdering for a bit. So-
Ah, right. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, you're most welcome. Do you mind if I call you Moon or Moonshot? What would you like me to call you?
Studio. You never know.
I'm gonna give you a follow.